Hey, what's going on, everybody? EpicFilmCritics here, and we are bringing you today a new series, and I know another new series. We're trying to get as many as possible right now started. Today we are going to be starting a series called Epic Chats, where we pretty much just discuss our opinions on current events that are going on in the world and what we think about it.
Yeah. Basically sums it up.
So, for our opening topic, we want to talk about North Korea supposedly launching an attack on the United States. So, Birdie, where do you stand on their statements? Like, where do you stand on this whole debacle? Because, some people are scared, and other people are like, it's total bullshit. Like, where do you stand on this?
I think that America should go in with their Air Force. Like, they won't even need that many people, because all their weapons and stuff like that is from, like, the Cold War, I'm pretty sure. Their newest stuff is from 80s. So I think that they could go in with just, like, a couple of jets or whatever, and then just bomb the whole thing. And then, yeah, that'd probably take them out. Or they just would be scared, so then they'd stop being all dicks.
Alright, well, so for those of you, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're living in North America, you'll know what's going on. But for those of you international people, Kim Jong-un basically threatened the United States that he's going to launch a nuclear attack on them to start, obviously, a nuclear war. Either that, or, of course, he's going to attack South Korea, which will happen, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless of if he attacks the United States or not, he probably will attack South Korea.
But if he attacks the South, the States will help him out.
The States will, I mean, like, either way. I mean, if they attack either way, then the States will still get involved. And by the way, we are Canadians, so, I mean, it's not like we're personally, well, we kind of are, because, I mean, if the States go to war, then we're going to war too.
Yeah, but Canada doesn't do anything even if they're in a war.
I know, I'm just saying, though, the point is, actually, I was watching a really funny thing on the news. Well, it wasn't really, like, on the news, but it was, like, a podcast or whatever, like, on YouTube or whatever, and then they were, like, talking about it, and they were just like, well, if they do launch it and it misses the States, then it'll probably, it's like, what if they fuck up and hit Canada? I was like, oh, shit, that'd be terrible. Can you imagine? It's like, they do have that shitty fucking technology. But, alright, so regardless, I mean, what we think, let's just talk about, like, if we think this is total, I mean, like, what we actually think about the statement or whatever. So it says these are exact words, Kim Jong-un has sensationally vowed to launch a nuclear attack on the United States of America. Now, I think it's bullshit. I don't think, I mean, we do know from past, I mean, in terms of his family, that they are crazy enough to do it.
Yeah.
Because North Korea is a really fucked up, crazy-ass country. They are crazy enough to do it, but the question is, are they actually that stupid? Like, are they stupid enough to do it?
Well, I don't think they are, because, like, they'd only get backed up by China and maybe Russia. Like, Russia, if they're lucky, they would help them. But, like, other than that, it would be World War III just against them and China. So, like, I don't think they're that stupid, because they'd get wiped out in probably a few days.
They would, but, like, let's think about what these threats are actually, like doing for the country, though. Like, I mean, you think, why would they be threatening them if they're not actually going to do it? And I personally think that it's just for Kim Jong-un's ego. Because, for those of you that know, he is new in power. His father, Kim Jong-il, just died recently. Well, pretty recently.
Last year, I think.
And so he's recently come into power in North Korea. So everyone thinks that he's basically trying to prove his worth as a leader in the country and basically showing that, like, how, like, big his balls are. Is basically what the situation comes down to.
Yeah.
So, and I was watching on the news, they showed, like they're doing nuke testing. And, again, I really just think it's to show, like, that he's powerful and to get people to fear him and stuff like that. But whether he's actually going to attack the States or not, I don't think so.
Yeah.
South Korea, again, he might, but that'd be doing the exact same thing as if he attacked the States.
Yeah.
Because, except if they attack the United States, I think it'd be a lot different. Because if they attack the United States, the whole country, I mean, the whole world would, like, be on their ass.
Yeah.
But if they attack South Korea, only the states, I think, would. I mean, not only the states, but like I guess
States
the whole
and
world would
maybe
not.
Canada.
The whole world would not just jump on them.
No.
So I think, I mean, in terms of things to happen, yeah, I don't know. I'm calling their bluff. I don't really think it's. I really do not think it's going to happen. All right, next topic. We're going to be talking about the gun control that is going on right now in the United States as well. This is not really personally involving us, but we do have some very strong views on it.
Yeah.
So for those of you that know right now, or that don't know, I guess I should say, right now Obama has been pressing on gun laws that basically stop people being allowed to buy gun magazines with over 10 rounds in them. And of course, he's trying to push as many gun laws as he can right now, but it sounds like that's the only thing that's somewhat debatable in its own way. Now, there's a lot of things that, like, this topic alone can be a very, very long video, but we just want to talk about the things that we think matter.
Yeah.
Now, Obama started pressing on this right after the Sandy Hook incident, or massacre, or like whatever you want to call it, the school shooting. Again, for those of you international people that don't know, a guy walked into an elementary school with a high-powered rifle, and he shot a bunch of kids up.
He didn't even use the rifle. He just used his handgun. He didn't
Yeah,
take the rifle
well,
out of his car.
He went in with a bunch of guns and he shot some kids up, basically, and he shot a teacher and stuff like that. So obviously the whole North America was in shock after that. Like, people were pretty freaked out about it, and so yeah, since then Obama's been trying to press like gun laws on the states. So what do you think about this, Birdie? Like, what do you think? Do you think that like gun laws should be more strict, and like how strict do you think that they should be?
I'd say like they should do like a background check, like, so then like if you were just like some crazy guy or some like rapist or killer or something like that, they shouldn't let you just go and buy like AR-15 or something like that, or like any gun really. Maybe like a small handgun, but other than that, no.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I mean, like pretty much, yeah. Just like going off of that, like if you're like a guy who just like got out of prison for like cutting someone's head off, they shouldn't give you like a really like big gun or something. I mean, like I personally don't think that you should be getting any kind of gun whatsoever, because I mean, like obviously they're mentally unstable and shit like that. So I mean, and you know what I mean? Like they should. I mean, I think background checks is the farthest that they should go in terms of pushing on gun laws. I mean, that's the only thing that I really agree with. Again, getting rid of guns in general, that's never gonna happen. Again, that's destroying the Second Amendment. That's just completely like ruining that. So that's never gonna happen, even if Obama wanted to, because presidents have tried like for that before. That will never ever happen. But in terms of getting some bylaws, that might happen. But again, there's a lot of people that are pretty like there's a lot of gun owners in the States. Like pretty much everyone in the U.S. owns a gun.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are very, very supportive of the
Second Amendment.
Yeah, and very unsupportive of Obama right now, because he's just pushing for things that he probably knows will never happen, but he's trying to make it happen. And now this brings me to something else. Do you think that like getting rid of guns and passing these laws will actually change the amount of like gun violence that like goes on?
No.
Like in the States?
Because like criminals can still get guns, like even without that, like Hell's Angels and stuff like that, they can go out and just get guns off like just guys that they know, like not even like gun shops or nothing like that. Or like any sort of gang, it doesn't really matter. They can still get guns. Like they've been getting like AKs and stuff. I'm pretty sure they can go out and get some guns off some guys. It'd be harder, but they could still do it, and they still got their guns from before too.
Yeah, like the only thing that those laws would accomplish is basically stopping law-abiding citizens from like from owning guns. But again, like this is where these laws start to kind of annoy me. Law-abiding citizens are the people who will not go and shoot a bunch of kids. Mm-hmm. You know, the people like that are safely using guns for like, you know, for like self-defense and for hunting or like whatever. But of course, what Obama's focusing on is people just like having like big guns for self defense. But I mean, like again though, like the people that he wants to worry about are people like crazy ass people who should not be owning guns in the first place. But again though, like I did a little bit of research on this a couple days ago, and I was reading up some of the places in the states. For example, Chicago have the strictest gun laws in the United States. It also has one of the highest crime rates and the highest murder rate. Now, I researched this. As of April 6th, there's been 80 homicides in Chicago by gun. So like by shooting. And they have the strictest gun laws like in the states. Or at least like one of the strictest. I mean, they have very, very strict like gun laws in the United States, like in Chicago. So
Texas has the lowest gun violence. Like in the states, like Texas has the lowest amount just because of everyone carries a gun.
Did you actually hear about? I mean, we're not talking about this or anything, but did you hear about the guy? Like I think it was yesterday, who just went in the college campus and just stabbed like 20 kids or something.
Yeah.
Again, it's like maybe it's knives that they want to worry about. Like there's more knife attacks than there are like gun attacks. I mean,
yeah, hammers kill more people than guns do.
Yeah. All right, now, so we both think that the laws that Obama's trying to pass, first of all, won't happen, and we don't agree with them. So that's just our opinions on that. Now, kind of connected, we want to talk about something that some politicians recently said. Some politicians recently blamed video games for I guess the ideas that people are getting for violence. So we want to talk about how bullshit that is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first of all, I always do my fucking research on stuff. Like whenever I hear something like this, I always do research on stuff. And I mean, think about it. Video games have not been around for very long.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you realistically think about it, and I researched some of the most brutal not just school, but like some of the biggest shootings in history happened like 100 years ago, before video games were even around. Plus now, I mean, like, think about it. Like, even if I'll admit, video games are very, very violent, especially nowadays. Some video games are extremely violent. But again, that's not the blame for anything. I think people are to blame. And what do I mean by people? I mean, like, people, I mean, say someone was, like, I don't know, like, they were just, like, I don't really know the right word for it, like this scientific term, but if someone was insane and, like, wanted to, like, kill somebody or something, and, like, they're like, oh, I want to go out and kill someone, they shouldn't be playing Grand Theft Auto. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's their own responsibility, or, I mean, like, their parents or, like, whoever takes care of them or whatever. It's their responsibility that they're playing games like that if they're obviously mentally unstable. So it's not the video game's fault, it's people's fault. People are really, I mean, like, it's like their responsibility if they're playing games that are highly suggestive, like violently. That's just like their problem. Like, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I don't think that video games really make people more violent. Like, I've been playing Grand Theft Auto. Like, that was the first game I ever played when I was like 4. And I haven't grabbed a lead pipe and bashed in a cop's head. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't do nothing.
Yeah, like again, like, I'll admit video games are really violent, but I don't think, and actually, if you actually really think about it, like, say, like, video games weren't around, I actually think without violent video games that there would actually be more, like, murderers and stuff, like, on the street. Because think about it, like, say, I mean, like, you know, for us, I mean, like, just a really boring day at school and stuff like that. You come home and you want to, like, kind of, like, do, like, blow off some steam because school was boring and you had, like, probably, like, the worst day ever. You come home and you get to steal cars and bash cops' head in. In video games, though, that's my point. You get to do all this stuff in video games. So, I mean, like even if you're a violent person, which, of course, some people are, they can blow off that steam in video games. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that there would be a lot more people just wanting to go and, like, shoot people in real life because there weren't, like, a virtual way to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain, but if you guys, like, get it, then I'm glad that you get it. Like, I just think that violent video games are actually a great way to blow off steam, like, as well. So, I mean, yeah, video games are definitely not to blame for the violence that have, like, recently been going on. But again, yeah, like if it's bad now, if you guys think it's bad now, violence in the U.S. and like all around the world is just going to keep rising, and that's not going to change. Like no matter, I mean, like again, like with like the gun laws, no matter what Obama does, violence is still going to be very high. That's really never going to change. That again, video games, it's a people's problem. It's not. I mean, it's not the video games. So yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed our first episode of Epic Chats. If you guys would leave a comment of your opinions on the topics that we just covered, we'd really appreciate it. We'd like to see what you guys think. Also leave a like, that really helps, and subscribe for more Epic Chats and more other awesome videos that we have coming up. It's been Epic Film Critics. Peace out, guys.
See ya.